BLM map as one of their lesser trails, so that might be kind of interesting.
Yeah, so let's do this. Let's go back and grab that last waypoint.
Okay.
Where it was a little confusing.
Yep.
And then we'll follow this because this is defined, and then we'll just work our way through this.
Yep.
And then we'll get up there, have a snack, and then we'll haul our way out.
Arlington Clanton Wells is in our future.
Todd here with Trailsoffroad, and it's that time of year, and that time of year is when you can explore the desert without all the crazy heat. I am in the Lower Sonoran Desert just outside of Phoenix, Arizona, and I know that it's going to be a place that you're going to want to come back to time and time again. Bordered to I-10 in the north and I-8 in the south and the Colorado River to the west, this area of the Lower Sonoran Desert stretches from Phoenix all the way past Kofa National Wildlife Refuge and is filled with plenty of places to explore, plenty of roads, desert oddities, and it's an incredible wide open space. This vast open area became my playground at the end of 2019 all the way through the spring of 2021. I was really looking for a route to cut through this area that could go literally from the Phoenix area all the way out to the Salton Sea. Based on looking at maps, I knew it was possible. This was one area that had no information whatsoever, so I wanted to start getting out there and exploring. Having lived in the Colorado high country for the 15 years before I moved to this area, there was a couple things that really struck out at me and what it was like to explore this desert. When I first got out into this area and started exploring, what really jumped out to me was just the vastness of this area. These wide open stretches in between mountain ranges, wide open roads, separated simply by washes, little ribbons of green, and mountain ranges. It's the land in between all that that really makes it. And it's as if you could sit out there all by yourself and look in 360 degrees and not see another soul or any part of civilization. These roads that drive through these vast open valleys are surrounded by mountains. There's at least 8 or 9 named peaks, and it's probably the view of these mountains that kept me coming back all that time. It's the Gila Bend Mountains, the Eagletail Mountains, and the Little Horn Mountains that these roads just weave in and out of, and any time of day that you look at them, these mountains look a little bit different. There's some pretty interesting names out there too, like Cemetery Ridge, Knotbush Valley, Yellow Medicine. Everything's got a name out there, and it is absolutely worth soaking in. Either in camp or driving around or having lunch out of your tailgate, these mountains are always in view. Sometimes they're close by, other times they're way off in the distance. The Eagletail Mountains, way off in the distance there, those are the ones that captivate and get most of my attention. Those mountains are like no other in the United States. They truly are worth a trip to go check out. Having lived in other parts of the country before, I have never seen a river that didn't have water in it. Well, when I moved to Arizona, I saw a lot of rivers that didn't have any water in it, and I also learned about these things called washes. Washes are where, when it rains, the water washes down, basically runs through it. It seems like in this area you're always crossing a wash, in a wash, or going through a wash. There are washes everywhere. Many of these washes you can really pick some speed up and make some miles pretty quick. Others are going to be bordered by taller canyon walls and a little bit more rocky that you have to pick your way through. Many of these washes don't even have a name. They're very nondescript, and they probably change from week to week depending on the weather. But others are named, like this one, the 4th of July Wash, which was a really fun trail. I must have crossed thousands of these washes out here. None of them are terribly difficult, but you never want to enter when it's raining or even raining off in the distance due to flash flooding.
And the navigation's gotten a little bit tricky. There's some, obviously there's some areas where there's more water, so things are overgrowing kind of fast. So we're out here marking a waypoint so people don't miss the turn, really understand where they need to be and which direction the road is going.
Washes collect water, and with water, you get a lot of things growing. And these washes can have impenetrable fences of green surrounding them that make it difficult to A, find your entrances and exits, and B, keep your paint. You leave a little bit of paint every time you come out here. Just think of it this way, that pinstriping some people call character. The bright side to pinstriping is that it's really a diary of your adventure etched into your vehicle until you ever go get it repainted again. You really wouldn't think about it, but having a saw in the back of your vehicle exploring the desert is a really good idea because some of these areas are just impenetrable. Other times when you have to cross the wash, it's like a green tunnel is waiting for you to drive through it.
Well, when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you've had the day to yourself, a Gambler 500 comes by.
A desert wouldn't be a desert without some type of oddity that you run across or find while out exploring. One of the areas back here that I was really impressed with was Sundad. It was once a camp for people with tuberculosis. I found it a couple days before the coronavirus took over America. Evidence throughout all these trails are the means and methods that people use to capture water. Imagine living in this vast desert, relying simply on rainwater and a few spots where the water table was low. When I first explored the desert, I was just amazed at the amount of plant life that lives in an area that just seems so inhospitable to me. They take up every little drop of water and they find a way to live. Palo Verde, Ocotillo, saguaro, desert flowers, grasses. It is all out here in the Lower Sonoran Desert. Plant life seems to grow where it really shouldn't. It really amazes me just driving some of these trails, how much plant life that you can drive by. The saguaro will seem to kind of cluster together and grow almost in groves, although it's not quite called a saguaro grove, but that is how they tend to come together. Dust is the one universal feature that I have found on almost every trail in America. It's dust, and the desert has a lot of dust. Not all of the roads are flat in the Lower Sonoran Desert. You get some opportunities to get some hills and little whoop-de-doos, and in here we were driving right up and over the Eagletail Mountains. Without a doubt, absolutely my favorite time in the desert is either at sunrise or sunset. It's cooler, but the colors really just pop and you see every feature out there that you don't normally see in that bright midday sun.
And that's it. I know you are going to love this area. If you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And we really hope to see you out on the trail.